looking at the term cognitive dissonance, people being unwilling to acknowledge what is right in front of their face. It is obvious that our economic system is in a shambles, that the dollar is worthless. We have a police state. Our police are dressed like the military. They act like the military.
If some foreign dictator came here and took over, what the fuck, wouldn't you react? Wouldn't you do something? But since it's a domestic terrorist, right? It's a domestic fucking tyrant, a domestic king, you know, hey, it's okay. He's our king. He's... Hallelujah.
We're gonna do this cowboy style. Out here, got our 3% flag going.
you got some time, stop in, check it out. If there's room, anybody's welcome. We always welcome anybody's opinion.
All you need is a thirst for good conversation, my friends. Come join us.
Tell me what you think. Join us at the Green Dragon tonight. Tell me what you think. Oh, what is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Good Sunday morning to you. I hope your weekend was good. So, I'm just getting everything together here. What we got? War Drums? War Drums is in the house? War Drums, bro. I was promised a CD. Just saying. I'm pretty sure. Hey man, I got a CD. You want a CD? I'll give you a whole CD you can use. You can listen to shit. I'm still waiting on my CD. If you need my address, text me, man. I'll send you my address again. But I have listened to the Chrome Molly song so many times that I almost know the lyrics, and I don't listen to it on my free time because I listen to it, at least once every weekday. But I am interested in hearing more of those songs. And I was looking at some of the clips that I chose, or going over in my head some of the clips, and especially the one where "Go fuck yourself." I have that as a the take the guns first, due process second. And I thought that tied in really well. But I'd love. I mean, we always. I think I've talked to you about this shit before, but it always turns into something else because our conversations, and it's not your fault, it's not my fault, it's just how it is. Conversations go on to other things or whatever. But I'm always curious on like the process of writing that song or any song, to be honest. Like what goes through your head? Does the musician have like a vision of what this song represents? Like when you see some music videos where they're like definitely that was the whole idea of the song. They portrayed that in the music video, stuff like that, right? But then other music videos, you have no idea. You're like, I thought it was that, but now it's just some random shit. Anyway, that's music. By the way, before we get started, and there's just me right now, we'll see. I sent out some links. I will put in the link in the chat here too. Hold on a second. Let me do that right now, actually. Copy clipboard. It's always the same link, by the way. So if you ever have the link, you have the link. Because I always go into the same room here on StreamYard. But tonight's stream is only going to be about an hour. I have another stream I've got to do, and it's not normal. I don't usually do this stream on Sunday nights. However, I'm doing it tonight because it's technically my daughter's birthday tomorrow. So we're going to play some games on the gaming channel, the Twitch gaming channel, and we're just gonna have a good time for her birthday kind of stuff. So, all right, now that I've gotten all that out of the way, oh crap, man, what did I type there? Oh my goodness, I just made like the nerd mode engage. Okay. I'm just adding fun things now. Okay. Let me pin that. Boom. So yeah, about an hour. As far as gun chats go, what are you doing? What are y'all getting? Personally, I think, and this is just my opinion, take it for what it is. And my opinion has heavily been influenced by Guns Coast to Coast. So if you don't know who Guns Coast to Coast is on YouTube, please go check him out. Guns, Guns, space, Coast, Coast, 2, T-O, Coast. Right? Amazing guy. Absolutely, I could listen to him talk all day long. He doesn't like his voice, but he has a lot of good stuff to say, and he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders. And everybody's trying to buy guns and ammo right now. He's like, hey, guns and ammo. I mean, yeah, how many guns do you need? Why don't you got all these lowers? Why don't you get the parts kit? Or even if you've never built an AR, right? You never built an AR. Guess what? ARs break down. What happens when that AR breaks down? You're gonna need parts. Maybe instead of investing solely in ammo and guns, maybe you start picking up a parts kit or an oops kit Or how about an extra barrel, just in case, right? Meanwhile, I'm thinking about building a new gun. And really, this is not the time to do it. I love doing it, though. That's the problem. I absolutely love doing it. So I always want to build a new one. I wanted to build a 50 Beowulf. And right now, I want to build a 308. And then I found somebody in my chat was like, I'm looking for a 308 barrel and 16 inch, and it's really hard to find. I'm like, shit, that sucks because I haven't even looked for one because I haven't even started my build. Well, let's go help you out and check to see if there's any out there. And in the process of looking for a 16 inch barrel for a 308, I found a pistol length barrel. I forget how long it was. It was like 10 inches or yeah, it was right around 10 inches. And I'm thinking, my goodness, how cool would it be to make an AR-10 pistol? I mean, it's and here has been my problem my whole life. I know it's not practical. I know it's not ideal. But fuck it. It sounds fun, right? Why the hell not? What's up, Broken Patriot? How you doing? Why not? Why not do the ridiculous? I love doing the ridiculous. My whole channel has always been about me doing the ridiculous for me. Other channels can do it with more money, and so they have a lot more fun with it. But if I had more money to spend on this stuff, the levels of ridiculousness that I would do, like I would seriously have a cup holder attachment on the side of my quad rail. Why? Because it's ridiculous. 12 inches. Was it 12? It might have been. I found one, by the way. Nice, Armed Archangel. I'm glad you found one. Has it already arrived to you, or are you still waiting on it? I couldn't even remember that it was you. And I have a bad memory, so don't think it's anything against you personally. It's just I have a bad memory. But I did remember that we looked for one, and I'm thinking about it. I still, if I build one, I can only probably build one. I am going to be going to a gun show on, like, I think the 15th or the 16th, next weekend. Next weekend, I'll be going to a gun show, and I'll have a little bit of money, and I'm looking for 308 stuff. The last gun show I went to was right before I went to Texas. We went there to get ammunition. However, there was a 308 80% lower, and I wanted it so bad, but we had already spent so much money on the ammunition that I said, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to get this 308 until after our vacation. Well, I don't know. Let me know, because I haven't looked into it. I read the story on my channel, but is it an executive order that 80% are no longer legal? But I don't think it was. I think he went after stabilizing braces. Well, maybe he went after 80%. What's up, Armed Archangel? Still waiting? Oh, you're still waiting on the barrel. Okay. Let me know. I mean, definitely let me know what you think of it. Especially after you put it together, I'd like to know how accurate it is. Who did you go? What company did you go with, or what barrel manufacturer? I mean, there's only like a few barrel manufacturers, but hopefully it's a good one. Personally, I like the Ballistic Advantage. I haven't had any issues with mine, and I did a lot of research on barrels for 300 Blackout, at least at the time, and Ballistic Advantage kept coming up as a really good one. Slim Pickens? Yeah, I bet it is. I might have to look into that, because here's the thing. As I said, I would love to do a ridiculous build as a pistol. I would love to have a 10-inch long barrel, 308 AR-10, and just have it as a pistol with a frickin' brace. You know what I mean? I think that would be great. In fact, if I could go shorter than 10 inches, I might even do that. However, if I can only do this once, I'll probably go with a 20-inch barrel, I'm guessing, because I do want to have a really good, longer distance AR-10. And I've been thinking about doing an all-white one. And it's funny because I live in the desert, so an all-white one's going to stand out big time. But there's something about those movies or video games where they're out in the snow and they got the white camo and the white guns and stuff, and I just freaking love that shit. So I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I haven't decided. But this next weekend, I'll be going to a gun show and hoping to find an 80% lower, if they're still available to be found, as the 308. If not, I don't know. Maybe I'll trade for something, or I'll just have to forgo it, or get an actual lower with the serial number. Well, no, I could still buy in person. I think still technically. I don't know if anybody's selling though. It'd be interesting. So, what are you building? I mean, I know it's a 308. AR-10, I'm guessing. 16-inch. You're not looking to go super far out. Because I've heard, and I've only heard, I've never put one together. I have no knowledge on the situation, but I've heard that, 20 inches is about like the normal. 16 inches is a little bit short. But 16 inches is obviously a lot more maneuverable. It's less heavy. Still get the job done at quite a bit of range. I think an AR is like 500 or 600 yards ish. So I would imagine, that ballpark. So speaking of firearm, well, I haven't gotten a new firearm, but I did get a new rifle looking like thing. Check this out. There we go. Don't worry, YouTube, it's a BB gun. Right? This is for the damn birds that keep eating my grass seed out in the front lawn. Popping freaking pigeons with that thing. That's kind of fun.
By the way, the neighbors across the street did comment. They thought it was funny.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So the neighbors saw me. No, I think they saw you technically out there poking it out the doorway and then popping birds. Yeah, well, I'm getting damn tired of them eating that grass seed. I don't like planting grass. I don't like grass. It's useless to me in a desert situation, right? In Texas, well, East Texas, right? There was fields all over the place. And they're green and lush. It's nice. And when I was in Tennessee for a while, it's green and lush and like it's not a problem. It's not natural here in Arizona. Like to grow grass here in the desert requires a lot more water than what it should. And there's a lot more shit you probably have to do to it. It's just not, in my opinion, it's not worth it. Not to mention it's wasting water, which costs me money. I rent a house and I have to take care of the lawn. Well, I also pay my own damn water bill, so every damn time I take care of the lawn, it's coming out of my pocket, which I'm not really a fan of. And if it was my property and I didn't have to pay rent, I'd probably just grow a garden in the front. Or a lot of people here in Arizona, if you want to have something in your front yard, there's usually either you have a lawn and you work your ass off in order to maintain it. You have AstroTurf, which, from a distance you can't tell, and it looks nice. It's not bad. And then third, you could have gravel. There's a lot of people that have like specific types of gravel in order to go into their front yard and stuff like. I'm not a fan of that just because it then spills out and gets on the road and stuff like that. But whatever. You gotta mow that green stuff. Dude, I mow it. I haven't mowed it all winter because we don't have like year-round grass. We only have like not winter grass. So during the winter, it browns up and it doesn't really grow. But now that we've been watering it and planting more seed, it has been growing. Well, we're going to have to mow it at some point, but I'm trying to get some more to grow with the seed. But so one day I'm over here and I'm just getting really pissed because I have this big window right here. You can't really see it, but there's a big window right here and I have it open during the day so I can look out at the lawn while I'm here doing shit. And I'll see a whole bunch of pigeons out there, so I have to get up and go out and chase them off. I come back in, they're right back where they were. I was like, "Fuck you! What can I shoot at them that won't get me in trouble with the law?" And I'm looking around, and I'm looking at that 300 blackout with a suppressor on it. I'm like, well, They're not gonna know. I mean, that it's not gonna disturb the neighbors. The thing is quiet as all hell. You can hear really all you hear is the thump when it hits the dirt, and you hear the brass hitting the pavement or whatever it hits. It's very, very quiet. The action of, and I got the action to be pretty quiet too because it's one of those JP captured springs. I think it's J something. It's a captured spring. It cost me I don't know, like $150 for this damn spring. It was expensive, but it did lessen the noise quite a bit. Get a fake owl. They do make a robot lawnmower. Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing. Back before, back before August, I might have said, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah. Well, I knew that they made them back then. I was just too damn poor. But even then, I would have been like, "Yeah, that's cool. I should do that." But now, no, man. I'm looking for everything I can in order to have more exercise because I'm pretty happy about losing the weight and I'm feeling pretty good and I like that. So no more trying to get out of work. For me, it's what are we doing? Let's do it. Let's get her done. And trying to be more like that in my mentality too. Because if I can ingrain that into my brain right now, then when this whole surgery thing, it never goes away, but a lot of people do gain the weight back. And I'm sure I'll gain some back, but I am not trying to gain it all back. And if I can get that mindset of let's do something instead of, let's get a robot to do that. No. I'm trying to change that mindset big time right now. Cool. What about you, Broken Patriot? Have you gotten any firearms with your monies? What are you gonna do, man? You got all this streaming stuff. What happens when somebody comes and takes your shit? Buy a real mower, major workout. Well, if you're talking about a real mower, like without an engine, the one that you push and it has the blades of death. Yeah, I had that once. No, we have a mower. We don't own it. It's the church that owns our property or owns our house, the one that we rent from. They have it, and then we just have to fill it with gas and maintain it. But we didn't have to buy it. Yeah, not for that though. Actually, the original mower is just some scissors, right? You just get some shears and just go down there to town on your knees. Unfortunately, no. You should have made that a priority for $150. $150 ish. That was the last time I ever priced a High Point. But a High Point was $150. Those things won't die. They will not die. You can mistreat them and they will run no matter what. Well, you know that. You saw Demolition Ranch. Right? High Points are great. It's definitely not ideal for carrying because they're thick as all hell. I would want to go with something thinner. You could go with a Glock. Caitlin, Pre-Dawn Death's girlfriend, Caitlin had a Glock 40 something. It was a single stack 9mm. It has 10 rounds in it. Man, that thing is nice. When she said she had it first, I was like, why the hell would you use that? Well, in my mind, I didn't tell her that. But I'm thinking, why the hell would you do that? Because I mean, it's only got 10 rounds. It's California legal, so I guess if you lived in California, but really, a Glock 19 or a Glock 26, they're very small, very small. Glock 26 is, and they hold, I think, they hold more than 10 rounds, and they're smaller than the one that she's got. Yeah, they hold like, shit, I don't even know how much they hold. I never had a Glock 26, but I know the Glock 19 holds like 17 rounds. No, that's the Glock 17. Glock 17 holds 17. The Glock 19 holds 15, maybe? Yeah, I don't even know anymore. It's been a long time. Well, I'm thick as hell, so I'd match the gun. No, I know. I mean, first of all, no. I have carried different firearms. The Glock 30, for me, has been hit or miss. Like, when I was big, depending on how you carry it and depending on the clothes you wear, you can conceal it pretty good. The Glock 30. A high point, I don't know. I'd have a hard time concealing that unless you put it somewhere deep. But I would make that a priority, man. Like you got to put a value on your own life. Right? And that's what I did when I first bought up my first pistol. It was like, okay, well, I don't want to spend money because I need to spend money on this, and this, right? Well, here's the problem. How much, I'm putting all this value into these other things. Where do I put the value of my own life or my wife's life, right? I'm not a strong guy. If more than one, if a 19-year-old kid who is, a gamer comes up and tries to fuck with us, I might be good with that. I might be able to take them on, right? But if you get like a 28-year-old been working out kind of guy, I'm done. There ain't no way I want to survive that one. And then if you get a couple guys, what am I going to do? I'm not going to do a damn thing. What if they want to do something to Riddle? How am I going to live with myself if I could have done something, but I didn't have that on me? That's what was going through my head. It's like, I have an opportunity to buy a firearm, but I could also buy this, and this. And I kind of want these other things. And then I question that. I'm like, no, because if, God forbid, something happened, I want to be able to take care of my wife. I don't want to sit there and watch something happen to her. And I don't want something to happen to me either. So I decided that I was gonna carry a firearm from then on. What's up, Gerald B? How are you doing? You're supposed to spell it thick. Yeah. Let's see. How you doing? Damn good. Doing good, says Gerald B. Nice. My last carry gun was my Dan Wesson 357 mag with an 8-inch barrel. Y'all, that's a good one. My Dan Wesson I have on me right now. I usually have my Glock 30, but I was in a Dan Wesson kind of mood, so I brought out the 1911. And the magazine that's in it is a Wilson Combat, I believe. This magazine was given to me by my good friend Glocker Bob. Oh man, I got to see Glocker Bob not nearly long enough in Texas. I went to Texas, as you know, and I only spent a few hours with Glocker Bob, and I really wish I had spent more time with him. I thought he wasn't feeling up to coming over to Cuz's house. Later on, he told me that he would have, and I was like, shit, I should have called and asked. But the last time I talked to him, he's like, he wasn't feeling too good, and Pre-Dawn said he wasn't feeling too good, and then he's like, yeah, I wish I had gone. I'm like, shit, I wish you'd have told me, I should have called and asked. I should have called and asked, because then I could have taken him over there. It would have been a pain, right? Because it was like a 2-hour drive to go get Glocker Bob. So it'd take me 2 hours to get to Glocker Bob. It'd take me 2 hours to get back. We would shoot for a while. Then I would take him back, and that would be 2 hours to take him back, and then it would be another 2 hours for me to get back. So it would have been a process, but Glocker Bob is an amazing dude and a really good friend. And he just gave me these magazines because I told him my magazines were having issues with this firearm. And so he helped me get the nipples off my followers, off of my magazines, and then he gave me 2 magazines. So I'm hoping to go see Glocker Bob again here in a couple months. I might be going back to Texas for a little bit because we're trying to get some land or some property down there. Man, this freaking thing is beautiful. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And shoots pretty good, except for when you shoot somebody's shed. So I was watching a Pre-Dawn death video, and he had texted me like, here's the video where you shot Cuz's shed. And so when I shot the shed, I didn't shoot the deputy. When I shot the shed, I heard it ding like I hit steel in my head because I was wearing headphones, to protect my ears. And I thought, cool, I hit it. Well, watching the video, though, I realized why Pre-Dawn knew that was the shot that hit the shed, because there was a different sound. It didn't have the same ring to it. It rang a little, but then it kind of dulled out quicker than what the steel when you actually hit the target. So I hit his shed with that, but it was at 100 yards. So yeah, there's that. Oh, what up, GB? Not much. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. Sweet. That 1911 is sweet. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Gerald, how you doing? I was like, hey, maybe I should check the StreamYard. I had it on YouTube. I forgot that I had it StreamYard. I apologize for that, Gerald. How you? Yeah, I suppose. I navigated away from the window and didn't even think to look for a while. Yeah, so I only got about a half an hour until I gotta go. Unfortunately, today's gonna have to be a shorter one than normal. But how are you been doing? Yeah, broken ankle. Nope.
Can't hear Gerald.
Oh.
I can't hear
But
him.
not bad.
Yeah, doing better.
Yeah, I'm up to hobbling around up in the house without even using the crutches.
Nice.
I got my air cast on, but haven't
Well,
dared to try it without that yet.
Hey, babe.
yeah,
Can't hear Gerald.
yeah. I know. I took care of that a while ago. You'll get it eventually. Thank you. I always forget to turn on the desktop audio. So you know something about muzzle loaders.
Yeah,
Do you have the pistols or just rifles or both?
I've just got the rifles. My cousin's got the pistol.
Yeah, Glocker Bob had just gotten one of those old Colt Armies, like 18 something black powder pistols. Oh man, those things are nice. Things
Oh
are
yeah,
way
those are
clean.
sweet.
Yeah.
They're a little bit of a pain in the ass to load, but they're pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's the thing. I get, well, if you got to load it, you might as well load 6 at a time instead of just the rifles one at a time, right? But now you
Yeah,
get pellets, I guess. They're pellets instead of dropping straight up powder or what?
yeah. I'm using the 777 pellets.
Mm.
I dump 3 of them in, seat a bullet on them, pop a 209 primer in the back, and shoot.
Nice. Tony's got nunchucks. Nunchucks were illegal in Arizona for a while, up until just recently we allowed nunchucks back in. You can have a 50 BMG and carry it down the street legally. Nunchucks? No, man, we draw the line at ninjas. Get out of here. They've issued a warrant for Ammon Bundy. Really? Wow.
What would Bundy do now?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't checked the news since Friday. But I would imagine he's a domestic terrorist, right? He led an insurgence. That can't be led to stand. Not when you have President Biden, the most populous president ever, and also the most terrified president ever, that somebody's going to come and off his ass. What's up, Irish USMC vet? How you doing? Have you gotten a computer yet? Did you get your stimmy money? Get a computer, Irish? Probably not. Well, I tell you what, it's really nice to see you on here without having you drop off every 15 seconds.
Yeah, this new internet's awesome.
Yeah. For real. Well, I texted Predon and Cuz. I don't know. I guess they're not gonna be able to make it tonight. It was gonna be a short night anyway, but still. Oh, and East Texas Outlaws internet's down. That's why. Okay, cool. So you got anything going on other than your broken ankle?
What's that?
You got anything else going on lately other than your broken ankle? Like you guys
Nah,
doing?
not really. Like I said, I'm down to leaving the crutches in the corner while I got my air cast on now. So
That's cool.
just SSDD around here.
Right? It's got to be warming up by now, though,
You're
right?
good.
Is it warming up at least? You guys gonna
Yeah,
start a
it's
garden
been.
at all?
I ain't warming up the plant yet. We'll still get frost till the end of May.
Wow.
But we did set record temperatures yesterday and the day before for here. 71 Friday, 72 yesterday.
That's not bad. That's a lot
Yeah,
better than us.
today was only in the 60s, but
Hold on. So are domestics still raped with misdemeanor ban in Arizona in regard to the Arizona shunning all federal law? This is why PA made PA 2060 ban law. I don't know what you're talking about there, William. I'll ask Riddle Girl to help me with that and answer your questions. The state will piggyback the ban laws. I know there's a few states out there that are like, we're a safe haven for the Second Amendment. You can have whatever the Second Amendment says you can have. Like Missouri, right? And so I got into this discussion with somebody from Missouri, like, so you can have fully automatic, fully suppressed without the tax stamp. They're okay with that. You can go to do that. They're like, yeah, I think so. I don't know about that. I'm questioning that. I doubt it.
yeah, they've got Second Amendment sanctuary towns popping up all over the place up here.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of places that are fucking the system on this. A lot of states are suing to. I don't know. We have Irish and who was it? Texas Antique was talking about how there's like fighting going on, and there might be World War III, and Russia's making moves and shit. I'm like, we'll see.
I guess they said I was seeing a YouTube video on here earlier. I guess Russia did a cyber attack on Croatia, and now they're fighting.
Hey, real, come here. Okay.
I found one good use for the crutches.
Yeah. It's a good poking stick. Yeah. Or a reaching stick. Especially with bags.
You know, Hannaford shop and say bag. Needed a soda.
Oh, sometimes I miss drinking diet soda, but at the other times with the teeth that I have now, no. Let's see. What's up, Irish? So Irish, yeah. Why don't you get a computer? It's like $500, and you actually less than that. Broken Patriot, I believe he got his streaming computer for like $150. He bought it off of like Craigslist though. So Irish could definitely look at Craigslist and find a used PC that would do more than enough for what he needs for probably well under $500. But if not, I can build a brand new PC that would be very good for streaming for less than $500.
Well, this computer right here's my wife's. It's a HP laptop.
Yeah.
And it was less than 500 at Walmart, and it's got a terabyte hard drive in it.
Wow. So there you go, Irish. No excuses. Keeps telling me eventually we're gonna have the morning muster again. Yeah, really? We'll see. I'm building a computer for my needs. Well, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. As long as you're doing something proactive and not just sitting around like, well, I don't know if I'll ever get a computer. No, I mean, as long as you're putting one together, doing the research and all that, that's cool, man. You do you. That's what we did back on Black Friday. I think it was like a couple years ago.
No, you can't see me.
But I hope you get it up and running pretty soon, Irish. Yeah.
Mrs. Gerald.
Hi.
Yeah.
She just told me to move the computer so she ain't in the screen.
Yeah, I know. That's wives for you. They don't like to be on camera half the time. It's all good.
No, I didn't know that.
Says she did enough of that through school.
Oh yeah. Oh, you go to school online, does she?
Well, they had some classes online, some in class. This COVID thing, you know.
Yeah. Yo.
Click on that.
It makes it hard to cook online.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's going to culinary arts, right?
Yep.
Oh hell yeah. Now, what's the dream after you get the degree on that? Like, where do you want to get money from?
She was thinking bakery.
Her own or somebody else?
No, hurry up north.
Sorry, she cut out. Did she say her own?
Yeah, she said her own up north.
There you go. Be your own boss? Heck yeah. Any ideas
Well,
on the
this
names of it yet? Have you come up with cute names for your bakery?
No, not yet.
Oh,
she gotta wait till she finishes before she even thinks of that.
yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I had to withdraw for this month.
The day I broke my ankle, she had a mild heart attack, so
Ooh.
she had to withdraw from school this semester.
Oh man.
Don't go back in the spine.
Yeah, Riddle Girl, one of her all-time dreams was being a culinary. Yeah. She loves to cook, and boy, I tell you what, I like to eat it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason why I got into culinary was for the bacon part. But, boy, I tell you, we haven't done enough of that. So.
Mostly international cuisine and shit like that.
All right. PCPartPicker.com says Riddle Girl. Yeah, that's a great place to build your PC, Irish. It will tell you if the things are compatible. So if you go to PCPartPicker.com, if you're building your own computer, I would definitely recommend checking that out, because if you're putting a motherboard on there and then you're trying to put a GPU on there and it's not the right one, it will tell you, hey, these are not compatible. It will not work. And then you're going to have to rethink what you're doing. William says, you said something last night that did not even happen. Banned for life. Via a misdemeanor, not a felony, but carry the gun, then they can felony you and shoot you. If you're talking about me talking about I carry no matter what, maybe. They don't have to felony you to shoot you. They just makes up some crap and shoot you, pretty much. Or I file my writ of certiorari and sue. Okay. I'm caught up on the chat.
No. That's why constitutional carry states are great. We're up to what, 20 of them now?
Yeah, it's more than that, actually. I think it's like 23. Because we just got 2, Iowa and
Iowa and
somebody else.
Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee, that's it. Yeah, and that's why Tennessee is back on my list of top places to go. I mean, still Texas. If I could just get everybody in my family and friends list to move to Tennessee, I'd be much happier. Yeah, I'd make it a lot easier.
Like I say, Maine's pretty good. It's just freaking cold 7 months out of the year.
Yeah. It's hot here 7 months out of the year, so one extreme to the other.
Yeah, but up here we probably might get 1 or 2 days a year that hit triple digits, and then it's low triple digits.
Wow, you actually hit 100 degrees there?
Hell, we hit 110 summer before last.
Wow. That's surprising.
And the humidity level was up to about 90%.
Oh, fuck that. No, no. It might be 110 here every single year, but there ain't no humidity to go with it.
Like we say up here, it's not the heat, it's the humidity that gets you.
I lived in Wisconsin for 10 years, and as a fat guy, I was like 500 pounds in Wisconsin, and that sucks because, man, are you hot and sweaty all over. And you can't in order to stay clean, I had to shower like 3 or 4 times a day because I was just sweating so much everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It gets like that up here during the summertime for a couple weeks, but usually it ain't that long that it gets real hot. Normally it'll get like upper 70s, low 80s.
Broken Patriot says, "Can you say swamp ass?" Yes, I can say swamp ass. And second
Swamp ass hardcore.
Swamp ass. Yeah, I found out though that Gold Bond is not just for a foot powder. It's also really great in your private area, and that'll keep everything dry. Because I was getting rashes. Yeah, I get rashes and all sorts of things, and then a little bit of Gold Bond. A little bit of Gold Bond, and it's all good. I don't know. Humidity might not be as bad for me nowadays as it was before. We'll see.
That's why I like it. That's why I like it up north. It doesn't get as hot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of heat.
And besides, up north, they're not a bunch of liberals like they are down south.
Let's see. William, I was never here, says, nah, for real. I see this con job happening to anyone just like they did me, but with drop guns and PA 2060. Are you talking about like them planting guns on people in order to get them in trouble so they're felons and they can't have firearms after that? I don't know. They're going after it hardcore. We all know that. So what did go by on the executive order again? I know he was doing braces, but was it 80% for the 80 or for
the 80%? Any 80% kits are gone.
Yeah,
is what he's saying. But I had a good laugh. We had a Democrat legislator from up north down in Augusta the other day talking about Biden's gun bans and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, we can't do the ghost gun thing. He goes, because serial numbers weren't required on all guns before 68.
Yeah.
And he goes, you go up north, so there's a 22 by every back door at every farmhouse up there for varmint control, and most of them are old enough so they don't have serial numbers on it. And he goes, we're not going to make half the state felons just because of that.
Yeah. I mean, the whole make it yourself has been a thing since this country was around.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's an executive order, not a law. So as soon as somebody else gets in there, hopefully it'll go away. But
well, basically, it's not really an executive order yet. What he actually said was he wants the states to pass the rules.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'm good to go and finding another 80% lower. Because I thought he had done an executive order on something. I just couldn't remember what it was. But I know he also wants gun manufacturers to be sued, and that's just bullshit.
Well, in that case, let's sue car manufacturers for
Yeah.
selling that car to that drunk driver that killed someone.
Mm-hmm. It's just a way to get around the Second Amendment. They're trying everything they can do because they can't go after it directly. I mean, they're getting away with a lot more than I thought they ever would.
Well, he's got a committee looking at packing the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
If that happens, we're all screwed.
Well, I think we're all going to our separate ways anyway. I think these states are gonna. I mean, it doesn't look like he's slowing down. It doesn't look like he's gonna back down. And if he don't back down, then what are states gonna do? Eventually, one of them, at least one of them, is gonna be like, no, we're not gonna do that, and we're gonna opt out. And then here you go, Second Civil War.
Well, hopefully not. But
Yeah, hopefully not. See, he can eat a fat cockerel fucking retard. Irish is not a fan of Biden. No.
I had a big laugh when those guys raided the Capitol building, and all these senators are so scared. Well, what are they scared of?
Yeah.
If they'd be doing their job right instead of trying to screw everybody all the time, they wouldn't have nothing to worry about.
Here's the thing, not only were they scared, but they even asked themselves, most likely. These are Trump supporters, these are conservatives. They all own firearms, most likely. Can you imagine if they had brought their firearms with them? What would have happened? And that's right there why I think they're going to really go hard on the guns now, because they seen that people were pissed enough to show up that without firearms. Look at what they accomplished. Can you imagine if they return in greater numbers with firearms? We're screwed. That right there shows that they aren't as strong as they think they are, and they recognized it, and now they're scared. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
The scared they are, the better.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, what are if they start going after firearms? What happens if all those people decide to show up with their firearms? Say, you want it? Here I am. Come and take it.
Yep. Like, I would love to put together a peaceful march, armed march through DC. Like, guns that you're not allowed to carry in DC.
You'd never get.
Not to start. No, you could. You could, under the right circumstances. But yeah, it would be very risky.
I don't think you'd get the permits to carry them.
I ain't talking about permits. That goes against the whole idea. The founding fathers didn't say you had to have a permit to protest your government peacefully.
I know this, but how would you get into DC with a gun without a permit?
Walk around. I get into Disneyland and rode on the teacup ride without a permit. I don't know. There's ways, man. I went to Chicago packing massive amounts of heat when I went to see Mule. Right? So I mean, you can get the guns in there. You just got to get enough people in on that and do it. Well, here's the thing: you're not going to be able to do it most likely because you can't do it as a secret. Because if it's small enough to be a secret, then it's small enough to not work. You're going to have a big presence, and having a big presence is going to require some planning. And obviously, the planning is where you're going to get probably taken out. You're never going to get there. But I would like to see it, is all I'm saying. But yeah, fuck the permits. Just protest your government. It's like getting a carry permit for your gun. Why are we okay with these infringements on our constitutional rights? Not just the guns, but also your right for freedom of speech. Now they have freedom of speech zones and areas that you can only have your freedom of speech in, and you can only have freedom of speech as long as it's not hate speech. If it's hate speech, that's not cool. Or if it's endangering speech, that's not okay. I'm so done with the whole you got to have the right permission slip in order to have your rights. They don't have that for voting. Oh, we got to get rid of your IDs for requirement for voting. We got to make that really easy. Dead people should be able to vote too, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So
I think my dad's been voting Democrat the last 10 years since he died.
If felons can get drugs in prisons and gangbangers can get guns, then you are as free man to carry too. While they say pedos can use guns but not use FFL transfer. Yeah, I have no idea about that, William. That would be new. As far as I knew, if you were a felon at all, you couldn't own a firearm. So I didn't know there was different levels of felonies. Well, I mean, I know there's different levels, but I mean, any felony should have been able to say no more guns for you. And
Well,
bro,
up here after 10 years, you can get your rights restored,
that's cool.
providing it wasn't a violent crime for your felony. And you got to get a letter from your local chief of police stating you're an upstanding citizen and you've stayed out of trouble since you got out of jail.
Okay.
But
Now,
you got to wait 10 years to apply for it.
I mean, at least that's a step in the right direction. I mean, I would like it maybe a little bit less than 10 years. I don't necessarily need it as soon as possible, but the whole "a free man shall not be barred the use of arms" rings true to me. Like, if he's so dangerous that he can't own a firearm to protect his family, maybe he should still be in jail. You know what I mean? The whole being on parole thing bugs me too. Like, why are you punishing the person twice? Either, you know, it's prison, and then okay, you're not in prison, you're free to go. Well, then you're a free man. Why? You know, you're not.
You're only half free to go right now. We'll see how you do out in society.
Yeah. So I have a problem with that. However, I'm okay with saying, okay, fine, we'll have parole, and we'll have, you know, you have to wait a few years in order to get your rights back. But I am 100% for getting your rights back at some point, because there are a lot of people who did a stupid thing when they're 18 and now are paying for it for the rest of their lives, when that's not the person they are. It was just some stupid thing they did that ended up being a felony, and now they can't vote, they can't have a firearm, they can't do all sorts of things. You know, it's like, it's bullshit.
Yeah, I've got a friend of mine. He's a couple years older than me. And when he was 16, he stole a car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he went to the juvenile center till just before his 18th birthday, and he was on probation. And they did something to violate his probation. The last week he was on probation. But at that time he was 18, so they carried that auto theft charge as a minor over to his adult life.
Wow.
Cost him $1,000 to get his gun rights restored. And he never knew he lost them.
Yeah, that's messed up. Like, another one that pisses me off is when, like, with Kyle Rittenhouse, they're going to go after him for having a firearm as a minor. Yet they're going to try him as an adult. If you try him as an adult, then he shouldn't be considered a minor with a firearm. You shouldn't be able to charge him as a minor. If you're charging him as an adult, it's got to be one or the other.
Exactly.
See, Broken Patriot, he says, "What do you mean? I said we celebrate it every year, the 4th of July. Okay. Cuomo should take a long leap off a bridget with a short rope." PA government is basically saying it. Pennsylvania? Or what? And I'd like to know if people are being denied upon applying for a pardon if they have this magical misdemeanor now in 2021. I have no idea. There's a magic misdemeanor? Was it for carrying your firearm? Is that the one they were talking about? Let me go back.
Oh, they were talking about one for some
Yeah,
can't vote.
He's been talking about.
Yeah, he's talking about some bills in Pennsylvania, the 2060, the Act 44, 56, and 57.
Yeah, I was just reading it.
Okay. Did the Wizards rule on Rhode Island nationwide warrantless? Red flag laws, yeah. Warrantless searches, or did they come to their senses to avoid war? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that was the one good thing Baldacci did when he was in office here as governor. The only good thing he did for us was when they tried to pull the red law flags the last time and shit. He refused to release anybody's medical records to the feds. He said, because somebody had a fucking breakdown and ended up in the hospital for it. He goes, we're not going to punish them the rest of their lives.
Hmm.
And he's sealed off the record so the feds can't get them. Because they wanted to go way back.
Right. Oh, I said something
Sweet.
last night. Someone complained. I said something that somebody complained about? I don't remember saying anything that anybody complained about. Now you have a misdemeanor of the first degree forced plea deal 20 years ago. Now in 2018, they create. All right.
Well, last night was the Bible study. What did you say wrong there?
I don't think I did. Okay. No, I'm trying. I'm missing something in this comment. So you said something last night. Someone complained. Now you have a misdemeanor of the first degree forced plea deal 20 years ago. Now, 2018, they created PA 2060 that targets people framed in this way. PA-HB 2060 sounds like a red flag law intended to further punish anyone with a record. And PA Act 56 specifically states this as fact: the computer combs for the charge to target the person to either kill or frame them. And we all know about drop guns. It's a no-brainer. Okay. So basically they have a way now to know. They made a law stating that if you have this certain item that you're a felon. Well, if you had that item before, you weren't, right? It was fine. And now you are, but they're going back and seeing if you had it in the first place and now making you, getting you in trouble for shit you did back when it was legal, most likely.
Yeah,
Well, and here's the other thing. Further, if like say an ex-girlfriend gets mad at you and calls in a red flag on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they come in and find even a bullet in your house, then you're in trouble with a misdemeanor for not relinquishing what you should have relinquished already.
Okay, so if you get red flagged and you still have firearms, you're even in more trouble. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was understood. I mean, if you get red flagged and you have shit still hiding, which I definitely recommend you still have shit hiding, then you're going to get in more trouble. You just got to understand that you are hunted. You are, as a gun owner, you are not welcomed or wanted. They are going to come after you hardcore. That whole come and take it or they will get it when it's hot and empty. You better be ready to frickin' deliver on it because it's coming faster and faster. You know, everybody's like, well, where's your line in the sand? Well, everybody's been answering, well, when they come and take mine. Well, I've always been under the assumption that that's when it's too late because nobody's going to come and help you. Nobody's going to, when they come after me for my firearms, and I broadcast it out on the internet, like, hey, everybody, I'm getting seized. They're at my door. This is where I live. I don't know why they're here, but they're coming. I'm going to fight them. Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to say,
you're on your own at that one.
Yeah. All my neighbors, and most of them are gun owners, and I get along well with them. Most of them.
They'll be trying to bury theirs out in the backyard while they're dealing with you.
No, most of them will be doing this out in their front yard. They'll just be filming it. And they won't do a damn thing. And nobody's coming for nobody. And there might be a few instances where some people have other people's back, but I mean, it's going to be so far and few in between. Like if you have a lifetime friend that you think is going to have your back, it's a 50-50 chance at best, in my opinion. Personally, I think we should have went after the government 100 years ago when the first time they're like, oh, we're not going to have fully automatics anymore because some scary people in Chicago did some shit. There should have been uprisings in the street. As soon as we had to have, background checks, there should have been uprisings in the street. But no, everybody just lets it go and lets it go and lets it go. And then, surprise, they're going to be coming after you now personally because nobody's stood up for nothing and nobody's going to stand up for you now.
That's exactly it.
So, No, the scenario, you saying something last night, then someone complains to court and calls it a threat. Okay, yeah, I get you. So he's talking about like, he wasn't talking about my chat last night. He's talking about like, let's say me and you were talking and Gerald, you fucking asshole, I'll kick your butt so hard. Hey, you get mad, right? You call, well, he made a
I
threat.
just say, bring it on.
No, but here's the scenario, right? You'd be like, well, he threatened my life, and I know he has firearms. And that's all you need, right? That's all you need. And you can say that at any time, too. So we could have not even had that conversation to get somebody red flagged. I could say, you know, like, little girl's crazy. She got firearms. You don't
Your
need
wife's crazy.
Yeah, you don't need to have any truth in that shit.
You don't even have to say that. All you got to say is, I think my wife's having a breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
And bam, they're in there to take them.
So if I was camera right now, I'd say something and someone says it's a threat or see a gun and PA kill warrant. Yeah. There you go. Well, you have choices, right, William?
Oh, I seen that scary Dan Wesson earlier.
Mm-hmm. Thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
So,
hey, if I ever see you, I'll give you another magazine for one.
All right, on. The only thing I don't like is the scratches, but everybody tells me it's character. I'm like, it's fucking Serpa holster. That is. But if let's see, hold on. What was I gonna say? Crap, I forgot. Irish says kids do it all the time on video games. It's called swatting. Yeah, I know that. The world we live in. Kids can't even go out in their front yard and play cops and robbers with even orange tipped firearms. There's been quite a few stories where cops shot kids for having a multicolored, obviously plastic firearm, pretend firearm, playing games out in their front yard.
Oh, yeah. They can't play cowboys and Indians. They can't play cops and robbers. None of that anymore.
Nope.
But hell, for my 16th birthday, I got a single shot Stevens 12 gauge.
Wow.
That's what my parents bought me for my birthday present that year.
That's cool.
And for Christmas, I got a 22 Magnum rifle. That was back when I was 16. Before that, they were buying me CO2 and pump-up pellet guns from the time I was 6 years old up.
That's cool. I would have loved to have that. We had guns in the house, but I wasn't allowed to touch them. And then my dad worked for Ruger. We did go out shooting like maybe once a year, but I mean, it was very rare when we'd go and do it.
See, when my dad became disabled, he worked at Colts. He was an inspector for the M16s.
Right on. My dad worked for Ruger here in Arizona. Yeah. We had a lot of Ruger stuff.
He said he had to inspect so many of them per shift. He said when they got into the overtime, he said half of them just got the stamp and they were sent through.
My dad worked on the one that rifles the barrel out.
Yeah.
I don't know what machine that does. I was never able to go see him do his job, but he talked about it a little bit, and I thought that was kind of cool.
My dad was on final inspection. They'd bring him in, he'd test fire him, clean him back up, and ship him out. Or if they needed something, send him back through the line.
Nice.
That was back in the early 70s.
All right.
Because he became disabled in 71. We moved to Maine. I was born in East Hartford, Connecticut.
Right on.
Wow.
All right. Well, I'm going to end the stream because I do have to go. Because I have another thing I got to do. My daughter's birthday is tomorrow, and we're going to do a special gaming stream for her. Kind of since she's in Wisconsin and I'm in Arizona. But we'll be back on next Sunday. And also check me out on Poison Stinger doing the evening catch-up during the week, which everybody here right now, I believe, knows about that. So if you don't know about that, check out Poison Stinger. And Gerald, do you have any videos now that you got internet, man? You gonna be making videos and posting?
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I kind of like to keep what I do private.
Oh, I get you.
That way, if I am getting into trouble, nobody's gonna know.
Probably a pretty smart idea, to be honest. I should probably take notes.
I grew up in an area where nobody had cell phones growing up.
Yeah.
Figured cell phones didn't come out till well after I was of age.
Yeah.
If they'd have had them around when I was a teenager, half of us would probably still be sitting in prison.
All right. All right, Gerald. Well, I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, see you.
Yeah, see ya.
Come face to face.